Hello everyone. I am making here a waves blanket and I wanted to show you and demonstrate to you how the pattern goes. This is the blanket. I am making this using drops snow yarn. It is meant for a 9mm hook or knitting needles, and it is 100% wool. I started this in winter and I wanted to finish it because I was freezing, but I didn't make it. I have 5 colors: red, natural white, black, blue. I don't know what this blue is. Green. 5 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and I'm using, or I'm supposed to use, 8mm knitting needles, but I have this 7mm, and I'm making it a bit loose so that I make up for the smaller needle. And I just wanted to demonstrate to you the stitches should be a multiple of 13. This one I cast on stitches, 110 stitches here at the bottom. Here at the bottom, made 2 knitting rows here, and then I also have a border here of 3 stitches using garter stitch, that is knitting on the left and on the right side. And on the other side I also have 3 stitches for the border. And I keep on changing the colors. You can see this on this side. I'll sew in the ends when I'm finished. After every, these are 6 rows, 1 row, about 8 rows, I change the colors. You can use any yarn that you want, but it should be, I think, of the same thickness, so that you don't have an even border and it looks better. It is a good project to use up your stash, but you have to make sure that the thickness of the yarn is the same all throughout. I'm hoping to finish it because now we have spring, but at times it gets cold, so I'm hoping to finish it the next 1 or 2 weeks. I've still got a bit to go because it's only about 130 centimeters maybe long. It's supposed to be 1 by 130 centimeters, 100 centimeters by 130, 40, something like that. I'll be making it according to my preference, really. So I'm going to make a small sample. Like I've told you, the stitches are supposed to be a multiple of 13, and then you add the 6 stitches for the borders. That is if you have, like me, 3 stitches on each border. If you decide to make 4 stitches, then it has to be 8. 4 here and 4 on the right and 4 on the left. So I'm just going to demonstrate to you how you make this pattern. Call it a waves pattern because it looks more like waves, or scales. I'll call it a waves blanket. So I'll put this away, and I'll cast on the stitches for the sample, demonstrating the blanket. Now I have my 8mm hooks, and I'm going to cast on 45 stitches, meaning 13 stitches times 3 plus 6 stitches for the borders. 6 stitches for the border. Here I have the wool I'm going to use. I have some rest here, and this I'm going to use it for the demonstration. I'm going to use 3 colors, and I will start with green and cast on 45 stitches. 39 stitches for the pattern and 6 stitches for the border on the left and right. So I'll cast on using the long tail method. I think I'll put on all the light. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Now those are the stitches for the pattern, and then I'll add the 6 stitches for the border, left and right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now those are the stitches I will need to demonstrate this pattern. I've made the tail a bit too long, so I have to So the first 2 stitches will be knit links, left and right. I mean, mixing up the languages. The first 2 stitches, first 2 rows will be knitted on the wrong side and on the right side. Making a garter stitch. I have chosen not so dark colors because we now have spring. So I want some kind of lively colors. So So that is the first row. And the second row, I'm also just going to knit throughout to the end. 1, 2, 3, until the end. Now I'm going to start knitting the six rows of stockinette stitch all throughout, and 6 rows. Six rows of stockinette stitch, and not forgetting the 3 stitches at the borders, which should remain in garter stitch. That means when you're knitting on the wrong side, you start with 3 knit stitches and then continue with a purl stitch. On the right side, then you just knit normally, because you begin with the knit stitch and continue with the knit stitch up to the end. So my first knit row, knit until the end. The 3 stitches at the border will be knitted also. The garter stitch, which you knit every time. So now this is the wrong side. I'm going to knit the border and then purl until the last 3 stitches, which I'll knit to end the row. Knit 3 stitches, which are the border, and then purl to the last 3 stitches. One more stitch, and then knit the last 3 stitches, and you will continue, and I will continue with these 2 rows of knitting and purling alternatively until I have my 6 rounds. That will mean I have here 4 more stitches, 4 more rows to make, and then I'll come back to make the 7th row.